Regardless of what program you choose to launch in Office 2013, you will notice some suite-wide changes to the user interface. So let's discuss those now. How about we launch Microsoft Word 2013 by giving it a click, whether you're in Windows 8 or Windows 7. You'll arrive at this screen that down the left-hand side displays a list of recent documents you may have been working on. If it's your first time like me, there's nothing listed here except an option to open other documents. You'll also see on the right-hand side here a list of templates. And a list of templates for creating new documents will look differently depending whether you're online or offline. Online, you'll see a list of some pretty cool looking templates to choose from. So let's create a brand new document. Let's try one that contains some images and maybe some tables like this family photo calendar. We'll give it a click and click Create. Now, if you don't see this as an option, try another template. It really doesn't matter at this point. We're just going to be exploring the user interface. We'll keep the current year. Week starting on a Sunday is fine. Clicking OK downloads the template. We have success, and when we click OK, we're creating our brand new document now. And as you can see at first glance, the new UI is not hugely different from previous versions. There's still a title bar across the top. Once we save this document, it'll change from document 1 to the name of our document. We have a quick access toolbar still on the left-hand side with some shortcut icons like save, undo, and redo. But clicking the drop-down allows us to pick and choose the commands that will appear on our quick access toolbar. And then we come to the ribbon, which remains the focus in each program in the suite. If you were to compare this ribbon with past versions, you might notice things are spaced out a little more and some of the text and icons look a little bit bigger than normal. And this, of course, is to take advantage of larger displays and touch screens. There is a new tab showing up here as well, by default, the Design tab. The Design tab, as you can see here, shows us all of our document design functions in one place. It doesn't replace the context-sensitive Design tab you'd see when clicking content like images and tables. They still appear when needed. For example, here in our document, the calendar, it's made up of a number of tables. You can see there's a Table Tools section that appears on the ribbon at the end with its own Design tab, and clicking there shows you table design functions. The navigation pane over here on the left-hand side, it's open by default, giving you some navigation options through different types of documents. It appears there by default, but you don't have to display it. You can still go to the View tab on the ribbon and choose to deselect the navigation pane checkbox if you don't use it. Bring it back by clicking the same checkbox if you do. And lastly, down at the very bottom on the status bar is access to a new. With cloud computing gaining in popularity, you can understand why Microsoft has decided to push us in that direction here in the new Office Suite 2013. For example, here in Microsoft Word, if we click the File tab and we wanted to open a file, with Open selected under Places, you'll see Recent Documents, but look what comes next. It's your SkyDrive. Now, if you're using Windows 8 like I am, you're automatically logged into your Microsoft account when you launch Windows, and that's why you'll see your name next to SkyDrive. With a free Windows Live account, you get 20 gigabytes of free space on the cloud in SkyDrive. If you need more space, you can purchase more, but it is the new default for opening and saving your files. So for example, if we go to New, choose Blank Document, and just type in some quick text. I'm going to type in my name and press Enter. I'm ready to save this document. I'll go back to the File tab and choose either Save or Save As. Either one will show the same results. Under Places, your default location now, it's already highlighted or selected, is your SkyDrive. Now you can click the Browse button if you like to browse through your SkyDrive, and if you want to go to the root, just scroll up to SkyDrive here on the left-hand side and give it a click. You'll notice default folders created for you in SkyDrive. If you've never set this up, you might be prompted to do some setup steps on the fly here while you're working in the Office Suite. But once that's done, you'll have a Documents folder, a Pictures folder, and a public folder. Anything you put there will be shared with anyone who has access to that public folder. Let's say I do want to share this document with others. I'll double-click Public. I'll see the file name by default. I'm fine with that, and click Save. It's now saved to the cloud. And of course, this means I can access it from any computer that's connected to the internet by logging into my Microsoft account. could be a tablet, could also be a smartphone using a web app. Now this is the exact same way in each of the programs in the Office suite. For example, if you want to launch Microsoft Excel, I already have it running down here. If we go up to the File tab here, under Open, you're going to see SkyDrive at the very top. Under Save As, it's also the default place to save your documents, or in this case, your spreadsheets. Go over to PowerPoint if you want. And under PowerPoint, you'll see the exact same thing by clicking the File tab. There it is under Open, David Rivers SkyDrive. So as you can see, Microsoft has decided to push us in the direction of cloud computing. You do have access to your own computer to store files locally, but by default, you're going to see SkyDrive at the top of the list. Aside from a new focus on cloud computing, Microsoft is also focused on touch devices like touch screens and tablets here in its new Office Suite 2013. That brings about a new feature called Touch Mode. It's going to make it a little bit easier for those using touch screens and tablets to ensure they're selecting the right item and not accidentally tapping something they didn't want to. Let's take a look at it now. It doesn't matter what program you're in. I'm in Microsoft Word. It's kind of hiding here in the Quick Access toolbar. So we'll click the drop down, and from the list you'll notice something called Touch Mode. Now selecting it here doesn't turn it on. It just makes it available to you now on the Quick Access toolbar. Clicking it will turn it on, and right away you'll notice in the ribbon in particular that items are a little better spaced. So there's more space in between the visual elements, allowing you to make the correct selection on a touch screen or a tablet. Now the change is not that dramatic in that things are getting pushed around on your screen and falling off the bottom. Really, it's very subtle, and it does help those using touch screens, tablets, even a stylus to ensure they're selecting the right item. To turn it off, it is a toggle. We click the same button on the Quick Access toolbar, and things kind of collapse down where they started. If it's something you're not planning on using and you don't need it on the Quick Access toolbar, just go back up there, right-click, and choose Remove from Quick Access toolbar, and it's gone. Something to consider if you plan on using a touchscreen or a tablet. This next feature we're going to look at, I believe, is long overdue in both Word and PowerPoint. It allows you to resume work where you last left off. Let's check it out using PowerPoint. We'll launch PowerPoint, and we'll open up a file from the exercise files, this one called No Obstacles PowerPoint. And let's say we jump down to slide 4 over here on the left-hand side. We'll just click slide 4. And we make a change to this title. We'll just select it. Maybe we'll bump up the size a little bit here from the ribbon. We'll just increase the font size slightly. We'll save our change, and we'll close up PowerPoint. Now we go on with our day, and it's time to go back to that presentation. So we launch PowerPoint again, and we'll go back to the same file. And when we select it, something's going to happen over here on the right-hand side. It says, Welcome back. Pick up where you left off, slide 4, and you can see the date and time when you last worked on that part of the presentation. All you have to do is click this bookmark, and it takes you directly to the spot where you were working. This also works in Microsoft Word, and like I said, I believe this feature is long overdue in these two programs.